Hi guys, Owen Davies here from Golfshake.com. I'm joined by Angus from the Belfry, and we're going to talk a little bit about estate management. So Angus, not only do you have 3 golf courses here, you also manage the entire estate that the Belfry complex sits on. So can you explain a little bit more about what your role is and what you have to do in order to not only maintain those 3 golf courses, but also everything else that goes with it?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's the good thing about this role is it's the diversity of this role. Not only the golf courses, but really the first impression of the resort for me is important.
Yeah.
We get probably over 1 million visitors here. The first impression counts. So they're not only just here for the golf. We've got conferencing, we've got banqueting, we've got weddings, and specifically the wedding party want colour. Yeah. They want to be able to come in here and see seasonal colour, see the variances. So we've got to try and present this place in a way that's gonna suit all our customers. Yeah. They're not only just excited about the golf, so we take a lot of pride in the lawns. So when you come in, it's the ode to the line.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you've got this first impression. If our lawns are looking great, then it hopefully gives confidence to the golfers that our turf and the golf course is going to look great. We've got 5 gardener team.
Yep.
So I don't get too involved in the logistics of the property. My job is strategy. Yep. My job is to give the guys the tools. My job is to give the guys the budget to be able to get the seasonal planting in. We planted the best part of 2,500 bulbs.
Yep.
And so what that'll do is that'll give me spring colour when it's very, very cold. And today at the Belfry, it's very, very cold. Yep. We can't be putting any summer bedding down. We've got 72 hanging baskets. So when the summer kicks in, the place looks fantastic. Yep. We've got colour. I tend just to go for purples and whites. Yep. I don't tend to go for anything too gaudy. I think it's a class place, and I think it's just maybe subtle colour that we go for. So we planted a lot of you see a lot of the perennial bush around here. So we've got cover. Yeah. We've got a kind of element of colour, and these change within the autumn colours as well. So this place, we've got the Ryan Robins out here, we've got the Hebes, we've got all the boxes. So that adds a dimension to the place and makes the place look full. Yeah. Come the summertime, then for the customer that's not interested in golf, then they can go for a walk around the resort and they can see the different colour. We put 72 hanging baskets up.
Right.
Fortunately, I wish we could, but we don't have our own nursery. Yeah. I wish we could buy it. But we have to buy our plants in. Yeah. Not really sustainable. However, the bulbs that we planted in are sustainable. We put 2,500 bulbs in, and then we've got tulips coming up, and then we've got the daffodils first of all, and then the tulips come up, and then we've got the purple, the big purple alliums, which are part of the onion family, and then they tie into the lavender that's purple, and then the boxes are green, and then my roses at the front are all white. So it's very much a kind of muted colour scheme that we have.
So I mean, yes, there's a lot goes into it. There's a lot of thoughts. Even just looking around the putting green here, obviously there's not only the greens to present, but there's also the flower beds, the lighting. There's all that sort of stuff. I mean, so your greenkeeping staff and your greenkeeping team and the estate management, will they vary their roles between greenkeeping and doing this sort of stuff, or do you have specialists doing that within your team?
We have specialists. Yeah. The guys don't mix. Yeah. Okay, it's quite cool. There's almost like a competitive edge. The PJ boys will not go on the Brab golf course. The Brab guys don't go on the PJ golf course. Right, okay. So we've got an element of, there's a competitive edge, which is pretty good, and it kind of adds another dimension, and it makes the guys feel kind of that they've got their own identity. Yeah. So, and again, the same with the garden team. We've got 5 gardeners, and their job is to keep everything weed free, keep everything trimmed back, and we've got the right plants in the right time. So yeah.
And in terms of just looking around us here, we've obviously got not only the golf courses, but we've got the lakes, we've got the trees.
Yep.
How do you manage the estate in terms of that, and how does your role feed into that side of things?
Again, part of my team, we have 35 full-time greenkeepers, and that's split up from workshop mechanics to irrigation and project guys to gardeners, and then the full greenkeeping team. And then I'm fortunate enough to have a PA, but she helps the administration side for me. If I didn't have that support, I'd be in my office full time with health and safety and legislation and training and budgets, etc. Which is great and part of the job. But she actually frees me up to do a lot of the stuff on the golf course side because I'm a passionate greenkeeper. I love my greenkeeping. So the terms of the water body, the Brabazon golf course has probably got what is probably the largest water body on any inland golf course in the UK. It's a massive water body.
Okay.
So from a safety perspective, keeping the client safe. So we've got a lot of signage out here. We've got a lot of SOPs, a lot of risk assessments, which is part of the role. It's part of keeping the client safe and the customer safe, stopping our guests from actually deviating onto these areas because they want to walk down, they want to see, they want to go into the water.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a case of keeping them safe as well.
Yeah.
So my tie-in is we've got 16 autobahns that aerify. They keep the place again visually, to keep the water healthy. So my project boys manage that side. We've got 2,500 irrigation heads on site. Okay. So it's a huge operation. So I've got 2 guys that are just purposely, they just do irrigation. Yeah.
And in terms of, not only you've obviously got this beautiful setting, lots of land here, how do you deal with the wildlife and how do you sustain that, throughout the year?
Yeah, well the wildlife, the ecology part of greenkeeping goes hand in hand. I think that greenkeepers now are becoming very accustomed to that we're custodians.
Yeah.
We are here, this is my 5th year here. I'll hand this over to another guy or another girl, and hopefully they'll continue being custodians. You know, you want to give it over in a healthy environment, ecology environment, environmental factors, and then have a sustainable plan for the resort. We've got our own bees.
Yeah.
We've got our Belfry bees. We get 70 pounds of honey per year.
Right.
Okay, spring honey, and we get a summer honey. The chefs use that in the kitchens for baked Alaska.
Yeah.
So if you want a good pudding, go and see the chef. And so that's a nice story.
Yeah.
I've got one guy that looks after the bees, and we bought our own centrifuge.
Yeah.
So we actually spin the honey out there, and you can see it coming out here. So it's all natural, healthy product there that the hotel use, which is a great story. We also created a trim trail for guests. We got over 2,000 leisure members.
Yeah.
So they've got an outside trim trail, so they can use outside for a boot camp, etc.
Yeah.
And then we built a playground for the children, and then we built a woodland trail. And encompassing that woodland trail is a 2-kilometre trail that we've got, and we put bee hotels. We put bug hotels in. We put bird boxes out. We've got the Barn Owl Trust. Yeah. We're in partnership with them, and we put Barn Owl boxes on the PGA golf course because they've got plenty of room there, and they've got the PGA golf course is managed in a way that it's got the tall grass link style look.
Yeah.
There's plenty activity, plenty food for them, plenty wildlife for these, and so fingers crossed we can get some barn owls in.
Right. And have you seen that change over the years? Have you seen it change from awareness within greenkeeping and sustainability and estate management? Has that changed in your time in the industry?
Yeah, massive. I mean, I've been doing golf since I was 15, so 35 years I've been in it, and it's very much it has people's ethos has changed. People's they're responsible.
Yeah.
You know, responsible for fungicide use. We're responsible for pesticide use. We've got integrated pest management plans here. You know, so everything that we do as greenkeepers is in tune with the environment, because the environment will kick you in the butt if you don't look after it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sensitive environment. So I think it is very much, and I think that's been passionate greenkeepers, social media, and then guys going, well, I want to do that on my golf course. I want to introduce that and create wildlife areas and keep sanctuaries and keeping everything healthy. And I think they're becoming, I think we're becoming responsible.
And lastly, I mean, obviously the Belfry is known for holding huge tournaments, the Ryder Cup in the past, and hopefully tournaments in the future. How does managing the estate change from just a general week-to-week basis to managing a major tournament like that?
Yeah, great question. I mean, we have to give almost a Ryder Cup experience every single day for the Brabazon.
Yeah.
That's expectations, okay? That's intense. Is it sustainable? It's tough to do, but that's the expectations. The PGA golf course and the Derby golf course, there's a price point with these golf courses, so maybe the expectations aren't quite as high on the other 2 golf courses. However, we try and maintain them the same way. We try and give them the same love and care and part of the budget as well. So that my membership play the Derby course. My members play the PGA golf course. I attend the AGMs. I don't want them to giving me a hard time if the PGA and the Derby is not to the same quality as a Brabazon. Yes, we raise the bar on a Brabazon slightly. I've got more guys running the Brab. We walk more the Brabazon tees. We walk more the Brabazon greens. We walk more the presentation of the approaches, because I think that's what the customer expects. We stripe the golf course.
Yeah.
The PGA is more natural. It's more free flowing. It's more there's variable on striping in that golf course. Then the Derby course again, we're giving that its own identity. We're building pot bunkers in that golf course again, just to give the Derby course, because it's very hard for a golf course to stack up against the PGA and to stack up against the Brabazon. But I think that we're giving them a variety when they come and play the Brabazon. They're here for 2 days, 3 nights, etc. They play the 3 golf courses. And the advice I give the guys when they come here is that if you've never played the place before, then do the Brabazon, do the PGA, let these guys, let them golf course beat you up, have a good night in the Bel Air, and then play the Derby on your last day with a hangover. And that's the way. I think that's the way how you manage yourself around the Belfry.
Brilliant. Okay, Angus, there you go, guys. A bit of information about the estates here at the Belfry. Next time you're here, as I'm sure you will be soon, just have a look around, have a look at the way that the estates manage the wildlife as well. And now you've got a bit of insight from Angus about how it's all sustained and how they move forward throughout the course of the year.